Welcome to our deep dive today. It's going to be all about love.
Ooh,
We've got an excerpt here from Very Well Mind,
okay.
article called, Do You Know What Love Really Is? We're going to use that as our guide today.
Sounds fun.
We're going to look at the psychology behind love, how to recognize it,
Right.
and what science has to say about its impact on our lives.
That's a big one, yeah.
It's a big one. Love is a big topic.
I think we all know love is a pretty important part of the human experience.
It really is.
So
Yeah.
maybe we should jump right in.
Let's jump in.
So first things first,
Yeah.
is love really an emotion?
I mean,
You ever thought about that?
I guess I've always just kind of assumed it was, right?
Yeah.
It feels like an emotion.
I
But it
guess-
feels like happiness or sadness or anger.
Right, exactly. And some psychologists,
Yeah.
they do actually put it in that category
Oh, really?
of basic emotion, yeah.
Okay.
But some folks think it's a little more complicated than that.
Oh, okay.
So, for example,
Yeah.
psychologist and biologist
Okay.
Enrique Brunot,
Okay.
he suggests that love is more of a drive,
Oh.
like hunger or thirst.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's just woven into our biology. It's a basic need.
So we need love. Like we
Think
need
potentially, yeah.
food and water.
That's the idea.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and then add another layer,
Okay.
the American Psychological Association.
Mm-hmm.
They define love as a complex emotion.
Complex. So it's complex, it might be a basic need, and it's definitely an emotion. Love is complicated.
It really is, yeah.
That's probably why it's fascinated people for so long, right?
Absolutely.
Centuries we've been trying to figure this out.
Exactly, yeah.
So how do we even begin to pin down something so multifaceted?
Yeah.
Where do we even start with this?
Well, I think one way is to look at how it manifests in our lives.
Okay.
So the Very Well Mind article that we're using,
Okay.
it talks about something called Zick-Rubin's scales of liking and loving,
Oh, interesting.
which looks at 3 core components of love.
Okay, let's break that down.
Okay, sounds good.
What are those 3 core components?
So you've got attachment,
Okay.
you've got caring,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got intimacy.
Okay. So attachment, what does that look like in love?
So I'm sure everyone's felt that feeling
Yeah.
of like really wanting to be near someone
Oh, yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
craving their touch, their
Yeah.
approval,
Okay.
just needing to be near them
Mm.
physically and emotionally.
Yeah, you feel tethered to them almost.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So caring, how's that different from just liking someone?
It is different.
Yeah.
So caring in the context of love
Okay.
means putting their needs and happiness like on par with your own,
Oh, wow.
sometimes even above.
Okay.
You want the best for them,
Right.
even if it means like making sacrifices.
Okay, so it's selfless in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then intimacy.
Yes.
What does that mean in this?
So for Rubin,
Hmm.
intimacy refers to that feeling of complete safety and vulnerability,
Okay.
where you can share your deepest,
Right.
most private thoughts and feelings
Oh, okay.
without fear of judgment.
Yeah, so it's really letting someone see all of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff.
It is. You're letting someone in.
Yeah, that's a big step.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense. But, the article also talks about different types of love, right?
Yeah.
We've got like friendship love,
Right.
infatuation, unrequited love,
Mm-hmm.
all these different flavors of love.
It's true. There's so many nuances.
Yeah.
And there's this framework. You might find it helpful.
Okay.
It's called the Triangular Theory of Love
Okay.
by Robert Sternberg.
I see.
He views love as a triangle
Okay.
with 3 points:
Okay.
intimacy, passion, and commitment.
Okay.
And the way these things combine
Yeah.
creates 7 different types of love.
Oh, I love triangle with 7 sides.
Yeah, kind
This is getting complicated.
It is a little complex. But think of it like this.
Okay.
You could have intimacy alone, right?
Okay.
Like in a really close friendship.
Right.
Or you could have infatuation, which is like pure passion.
Oh, okay.
Think Romeo and Juliet, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All about that initial spark.
Okay. And when you combine intimacy and passion,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
get what most people think of as romantic love, right?
Exactly.
The butterflies, all
The
the
late night talks.
late night talks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we all know romantic love doesn't always last forever. So where do the other types fit in?
Yeah, so there's companionate love,
Okay.
where you have intimacy and commitment, but maybe the passion's cooled off a bit.
Okay.
Think about a long married couple
Yeah.
who are best friends, deeply connected,
Right.
but maybe not like...
Not setting the world on fire anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. What about when people rush into marriage?
Oh, yeah,
Is there a category for that?
absolutely. That would be fatuous love,
Statuous love.
which is passion and commitment,
Okay.
but not really that intimacy.
Ah, Interesting.
And then, of course, you have consummate love,
Okay.
which is kind of the holy grail, right?
That's where it all comes
So
together.
you get all three, the
Yeah.
intimacy, passion, and commitment.
That's what we're all aiming for, right?
I think that's what a lot of people are looking for.
So we've got this whole spectrum of love shaped by intimacy, passion, and commitment. But where does it even come from?
Oh, that's a great question.
Is it hardwired? Is
Yeah.
it cultural?
Yeah, that's the age-old debate, right?
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture
Right.
applied to love. And like most things with humans, it's probably not a simple answer.
Right. A little bit of both.
Yeah, exactly.
So the article touches on evidence for both sides, and I find that really fascinating.
Me too.
So on the one hand, we've got research that suggests that romantic love exists across cultures.
Yeah.
Which kind of points to a biological basis, right?
That's right.
Doesn't matter where you go in the world, people are experiencing these intense feelings of connection and attraction.
It does seem to be.
Yeah.
A universal human experience
Yeah.
suggests there's something in our biology driving these feelings.
Right, right.
But culture comes into play, too.
Oh, okay.
So while we all might have this capacity for love,
Okay.
the way we experience it,
Mm-hmm.
express it,
Yeah.
is definitely shaped by those cultural norms.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Different societies have different ideas about, courtship,
Right.
marriage, PDA,
Exactly.
even what's considered appropriate behavior, like within a romantic relationship.
Yeah, think about arranged marriages, for example.
Right.
Common in some cultures,
Totally.
but in other cultures, it's all about finding love through dating.
Right. You find your own person.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, very different.
And then the way we express love
Yeah.
can be so different, too.
Yeah.
Some cultures are very passionate, expressive.
Right.
Others are much more calm,
Reserved.
companionate.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So it really is this dance between nature and nurture
Yeah.
that creates this whole tapestry of love as we know it.
Complex, yeah.
Okay, so beyond the emotional aspect,
Yeah.
is there any science behind the idea that love is actually good for us?
Oh, absolutely. This is where the research gets really exciting.
Okay.
There's a growing body of evidence that shows that loving relationships
Yeah.
are actually linked to all sorts of
Okay.
positive health outcomes.
Really?
Yeah. For instance,
Yeah.
people in loving relationships tend to have a reduced risk of heart disease,
Wow.
and they even recover better after heart attacks.
So love is literally good for our hearts.
It seems that way, yeah. There's also some evidence that suggests that love can lead to healthier lifestyle choices,
Oh, okay.
lower stress levels, even a decreased risk of things like depression and diabetes.
So it's like the ultimate wellness booster.
Maybe it is.
Love. Okay, but we all know relationships take work.
Yeah, they do.
Right. What are some practical ways that we can kind of cultivate and nurture those connections?
That's a great question, Anders.
Mhm.
The article actually talks about
Okay.
loving kindness meditation,
Oh, okay.
LKM.
I've heard of meditation for stress reduction,
Mm-hmm.
but how does loving kindness meditation specifically help with relationships?
So research suggests that LKM can help reduce stress,
Okay.
improve emotional regulation,
Okay.
boost feelings of empathy and connection, all essential ingredients for a healthy relationship.
Yeah, it's like you're training your mind to be a more loving and compassionate partner.
Exactly.
Okay, how does that work in practice?
So picture this.
Okay.
You're sitting comfortably.
Okay.
Maybe you've got your eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
You're focusing on your breath.
Okay.
And you start by directing feelings of warmth and kindness towards someone you love,
Okay.
like really love.
Like a partner, a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you might picture them in your mind
Okay.
and silently repeat phrases like,
Okay.
may you be happy, may you be healthy, may
Right.
you be at peace.
So you're kind of sending positive energy their way.
Exactly.
to-
And then you gradually expand this circle of compassion.
Oh, okay.
So you might start with yourself,
Okay.
wishing yourself well-being,
Okay.
happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and then you move to a neutral person,
Neutral person.
someone you see often
Okay.
but don't really know.
Like the barista who makes your coffee every day?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And eventually you can even practice it towards someone you find difficult.
Oh, wow. Sending loving kindness to someone who challenges you.
It can be tough,
Yeah.
but it can be really transformative.
Okay.
Because the idea is that by doing this regularly,
Mm-hmm.
you're training your mind to be more compassionate,
Okay.
more understanding
Yeah.
towards everyone.
Right.
And that fosters a greater capacity for love and connection.
That's really cool. So LKM.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great tool For building those deeper connections, are there other practical steps that we can take?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Mhm.
a lot of it comes down to those small, consistent actions,
Right.
you know, making time for each other,
Okay.
prioritizing quality time
Right.
over quantity,
Yeah.
and being present in those moments.
Yeah.
Those are all expressions of love.
Yeah, it's about being intentional,
Exactly.
mindful in
Yeah.
your interactions. Sometimes the smallest things, like making their favorite meal,
Absolutely.
helping out with a chore can mean more than grand gestures, I think.
I think so too. It shows you care.
Yeah.
And don't forget physical touch,
Oh, yeah.
a hug, a hand squeeze, a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah.
Those little acts of affection,
Yeah.
they release
The
oxytocin,
love hormone.
the love hormone, which
Right.
promotes bonding and connection.
So, science backs up the idea that physical affection strengthens relationships.
It does.
Okay, I'm all about the science-backed romance, but words are important too, right?
Of course. Expressing your love verbally.
Telling them how much they mean to you,
Yeah.
reminding them of the qualities you admire,
Right.
those words of affirmation can be really powerful.
Yeah, sometimes we forget to just say, I love you.
It's easy to take those things for granted,
Yeah.
but those expressions of love
Yeah,
really do make a difference.
they do.
And speaking of maintaining those connections,
No.
the article actually has a really interesting take on conflict.
Oh,
It emphasizes that conflict isn't necessarily a negative thing.
I like that perspective.
Yeah.
I think we're often conditioned to think that any conflict is a sign that something's wrong.
Right, but the article points out that conflict is inevitable in any close relationship.
That's true. You're going to butt heads at some point.
It's bound to happen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's how you handle it that matters.
Okay. So instead of avoiding those conversations,
Yeah,
we should see them as opportunities for growth.
exactly. Approaching them with curiosity,
Yeah.
a willingness to understand each other's perspectives.
Rather than getting defensive or blaming each other,
Mm.
if you can look at it as a chance to learn and grow together,
Yeah.
it can actually strengthen your bond.
So communication is key,
It really is.
but it's not just about talking, it's about listening. Right.
Absolutely. Active listening,
Yeah.
empathy,
Mm-hmm.
compromise.
Yeah, it's finding that balance between being honest
Yeah.
and being kind.
It's a dance,
It is a dance.
but it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to think that if we can just kind of change our perspective on it, conflict can actually bring us closer together.
I think so.
It's all about the approach, right?
It really is.
It's fascinating to think how, the study of love itself has evolved over time. The article mentions the
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud, kind of the father of psychoanalysis.
Yeah.
He believed that understanding love
Mm.
was more for artists and writers
Yeah.
than scientists.
Interesting.
He thought science should focus on other areas
That's
of
right.
human experience. Leave love to the poets.
Leave love to the artists. Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Love has been inspiring art for centuries.
Absolutely.
But thankfully, research has come a long way since Freud.
Oh, definitely.
We've learned so much.
So much.
About the biology,
Yeah.
the psychology, the impact it has on our well-being.
And it hasn't always been easy for love researchers.
Really.
Yeah.
I guess it does seem like kind of a touchy-feely subject.
It can be seen that way.
Yeah.
The article even mentions how in the 1970s,
Okay.
a U.S. senator
Mm-hmm.
actually criticized
Wow.
and ridiculed scientists
Oh, no.
who were studying love,
Wow.
calling it a waste of taxpayer money.
That's so funny to think about now.
I know, right?
Because today, the study of love is huge.
It is.
It's this thriving field.
Yeah.
But I guess back then it was seen as frivolous or something,
Right.
not worthy of scientific inquiry. But that's really changed, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the fact that
Mm.
love is such a fundamental aspect of what it means to be human.
Right.
It's something we should be exploring,
Yeah.
trying to understand better.
And even though we've made so much progress,
Mm-hmm.
there's still so much we don't know about love,
It's true.
which is part of what makes it so fascinating.
Exactly. It's like this ongoing mystery.
Yeah.
And we're constantly learning and evolving in our understanding of it.
Absolutely.
One thing the article really emphasizes
Yeah.
is that love isn't a destination,
Okay.
it's a process.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's not like you reach happily ever after
right.
and then you just coast.
It's about showing up every day,
Right.
nurturing that connection.
Absolutely. It takes effort, right?
Yeah.
Attention, willingness to grow.
Yeah, it's like tending a garden.
Ooh, I like that.
You got to water it,
Yeah.
Weed it, give it the right nutrients.
Give it sunshine,
Mhm.
exactly. And sometimes tending that garden means having tough conversations,
Right.
facing challenges head on,
Yeah.
being willing to compromise.
Right. Absolutely, because no relationship is perfect.
No, they're not all fairy tales.
Right.
There can be disagreements,
Yeah.
frustrations, times when you question things.
But all those challenges are
Yeah.
part of the journey.
That's a good way to look at it. It's about choosing to love each other, even when it's hard,
Yeah.
and knowing that working through those tough times
Yeah.
can actually bring you closer.
It can make your bond stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive here
Okay.
into the world of love, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
Take a moment to think about the different ways that love shows up in your life.
Okay.
Not just romantic love, but the love you have for your family, friends, even yourself.
Feel connected, right?
It is. As you go about your day,
Yeah.
notice those moments of connection,
Mm-hmm.
those acts of kindness, those expressions of affection.
It's all around us.
It is. Love, in all its forms, connects us all.
Well said. Keep diving deep. And keep those hearts open.
I love that